Good morning. Hand today is going to be Ace King offsuit. We are kind of in early position, mid position. Um, we're the low jack, so I'd probably say this is a mid position play. Um, I think if we were this guy, we'd definitely say early, but I think for being third to act, we're mid. So folds to us, we open raise. I'm going to go with the low jack range here, so something like this. And I know King 8's probably not being raised. King 9, I think I'm probably tighter than what this range um, says. But I think that's okay because I do throw in some 10-8s and some 9-7s as well. I've got these pairs, weak pairs, suited connectors, suited aces. I am recognizing not to raise with like 2s and 3s. But anyways, folds to the button who raises and it comes back to us. So let's go over the raising range. It looks like he's raising 12%, so 6 out of 50. We've got a hand range that looks like this. So it looks like 9s plus. You've got ace queen off, and then you have jack 9 suited. We've got a 4-bet from the range with 9s as well. So I'm kind of thinking we're at a range something like this. And we could have stopped it at the 9s, but the jack 9s kind of makes it interesting. That makes me think that if he's going to be raising with jack 9, he's probably also raising with ace 9 and then also with 8s. 7s are questionable. Those are kind of like the iffy range here based on that jack 9. But I feel pretty confident that he's going to be raising, at least with this range here. So then it comes back to us, and what do? We've been 3-bet. We're in mid position. We are going to be out of position in this hand, so we're going to have to be tighter, tighten up a bit. So we're definitely not going to be playing this range at all. We're going to be basically playing it somewhat tighter. So I think GTO recommends something like this. Maybe queens. I think like this, since we're out of position. Something like this. So ace king, I mean, this range is going to do extremely well against this. And if we raise, we already have a 4-bet range of 9s. So if we raise, it's quite possible that he could come over the top with a lot of these hands, with a lot of these pairs, and we're going to basically be getting it all in. I do think I should have raised. I didn't. I think I was probably playing the early position situation, which changes because now with early position, we basically have a 4-better call with those hands and then a call with like 9s plus. So like we could 4-bet like this, and I believe this is probably what I was playing because I figured, well, I'm kind of in early position here, third to act. I should have a tight range. If he's paying attention, I should have a tight, he should see that I have a tight range. So if he's going to 3-bet, I'm going to have to tighten up my 3-betting range. So I think I'm going to play this as a call, although I actually kind of think based on working through this range that I should have gone ahead and 4-bet here, been aggressive. So both of us take the flop of Ace-4-2, which is actually pretty good for me. So we don't have initiative. He's the guy that 3-bet, so I do think we end up checking to him and let him bet. So I think we check 100% of our range. He bets, and he's c-betting 67, c-betting 100% in position, so 2 out of 2, 3 out of 5 went out. I think he's probably betting most of his range here, if not all of his range. So we're looking at, all of the pocket pair plus. We get throw in the 2-card backdoor flush draws. That includes all of those hands. All right, so that's what he c-bets. Is there any reason for us to check raise? I don't think so. I don't think we have enough draws on it. So I kind of think we're going to be check raising and probably check raising all of our or check calling all of our under pairs as well. So basically, we're calling 100% here with our range. So I think that's the right call. 10 comes out. And then I believe we're probably going to be checking here 100%. And then villain checks. So when we check and villain checks, I think that's going to eliminate like the sets. I think it eliminates 2-pair. I think it eliminates most of our top pair hands too. And actually, we'll get rid of the top pair, and that means we're really looking at these under pairs. Is what he's looking at having. I kind of think maybe he would have also bet like a flush draw. I don't know. I think we can scale that maybe. Say just 50% chance that he's going to do the flush draw. And then maybe 50% on the gut shot. Yep, we'll do something like that. So that's his checking range. And now once he checks and then the king comes out, the question is, could we get a little bit of value? If we bet, what is he going to call? So definitely I think we bet he raises the straight, probably raises the sets. Thing is that we have an ace and we have a king, so it makes less likely that he has a set. I think the set that I would put him on would be the tens. But then why would you check the turn? I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, we've got messed up on our hands. It is 4 of clubs, 2 of diamonds. So we still have. Yeah, so we've got that. 10 of hearts. Yeah, we still got that. Okay. So that still makes sense. And then king hearts. Yeah, so no flush. So straights. Yeah, he would have had to pick up a king. And with me having the king, it's going to be hard for him to pick up that set. So really 2-pair maybe. But we have 2-pair. And the 2-pair would be like ace king. So I think you bet he raises. I think I would kind of weight it more towards the straight because I don't block any of those. But I think if I bet here, it's possible I might get called by the middle pair. So I kind of feel like maybe we should be betting here. Pot's 55, he's got 59. Maybe go for a little bit of value. I think this is. I think we missed a little here, and that's a little bit of value. We'd be betting our set. I think we'd bet our 2-pair, and then I think we would have to use some of these as our bluffs. Yeah, like half of them. So sometimes bet, sometimes don't. Just something like that as a bluff. So he just checked behind, and that kind of eliminates any of those hands. So I'm kind of thinking something weak. He shows Jack 9, so he had Jack 9 that time. Just a nothing hand, which again I just don't know why. I guess he's playing me too. Fold to 3-bet maybe. Maybe he has a fold to 3-bet stat on me that's like super high. Because I do tend to play tighter. I have a wider raising range than I have like a calling range here. So let's go back and take notes on this hand. 3-bet 10.5 big blinds. And on button versus, I guess we'll do low jack. Low jack, 3 big RFI with jack 9 diamonds. He is in position. That's 2/3. Yeah, I think that's about 2/3. It could be 75%. We're just gonna use 75%. All right. All right, so we've got that. Let's run some GTO. All right, pull this over. I think we're gonna keep the ranges. I think I'm happy with the ranges. So we've got in position player. Out of position player. That's me. We've got ace of spades, 4 of clubs, 2 of diamonds. Go back to the font, 22.5. 6. All right, so in position we'll do 75%. We'll do 50% for me. And we will just, we will import tree. So set up our check because I do think our proper place to check here. All right, so we'll run solver and be back. All right, very fast. We have a check. He's going to be betting. He should be checking 100% given our range. So he checks, and then we do have some raises here, but for the most part, we are a check. So once we call, so bet and call, I should say, we're betting a little bit. Okay. Yeah, he's just all off. How about this? I'd say he bet 100% of his range. And go from there. All right, let's rerun the solver. Very fast. He bets. All right, so we do have some calls here, some raises. 10's a fold. That's interesting. All right, so bet call, and then we're still checking, so that's the appropriate play. And then villain's going to be betting. Not all of them, so he checks behind, and this is what I'm curious about. What kind of hands do we bet for value? So it looks like 2-pair we're betting. Sets we're probably checking, and I bet those are check raises. So I was thinking we're going to be betting those for value, then we're going to have to include all of the weak pairs for value. But GTO is saying no, you're going to keep those sets back for a check. We got small chance of a weak pair for betting, but I bet if he bets, we're basically calling our sets in the 2-pair and some of our weak pair. There's really no opportunity to check raise here. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think it was too bad. I think it's interesting. I think this was interesting. We could have led. We probably should have led. He's not going to call. But I think it's something that we could. I think there are hands that he might think we're bluffing with that he calls. I don't think Jack 9's one of them, but queens, jacks could call here. 10 Jack could call here. 10-9 could call here. So I think we go for that little bit of value just with that bet on the river. So that's it. That's our hand. Hopefully hopefully you enjoyed it. You can look tomorrow. I plan to do another hand.